welcome to the channel, Next Racing. So today we're going to be trying to turn the balance shaft bearing over so that way we can not worry about it since I'm doing the balance shaft delete. As you can see here, we have the Maddox bearing race and steel driver set. I just bought this from Harbor Freight like 10 minutes ago. We're going to see if this works. Hopefully it does. And we're going to go ahead and work on this motor here and see if we can turn that balance shaft bearing. This motor that I have over here, it's already been turned to the side over here, so I know it's good for to go. So on this one here, we're going to try to get this one turned. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we got it all opened up. Let's see what we got here. So I measured the bearing, and it's roughly 1.75 inches. So looking at the box here, that's going to be the 44.5 millimeter bearing. So let's see here, 44.5. This is the 44.5, as you can see here. .45 millimeter bearing. We'll go ahead and see if that actually fits in here. Bam, which it sits in there perfect. So let's go ahead and get this all fixed up together and see what we have here. So, alright. So I just haven't read the directions or anything like that. Pretty sure this is just all self-explanatory, so we'll go ahead and put this here. We're going to go ahead and put this there. We'll bolt this down like this. I went ahead and attached this to the bearing remover or installer, however you want to say. I think hand tight should be alright. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and tighten it up. Looks like that'll be either 12 or 13, 12. Perfect. So it's 12. Tighten that up. Let's go ahead and get this. Moved over here. All right, let's see what we got here. Maybe I need a bigger hammer. All right, so let's switch over to a bigger hammer. See if this bad boy will do. Just gotta make sure I'm not messing up the block. Alright, as you can see, it's going in. The bigger hammer works. You gotta, I guess, hammer the shit out of it out. There we go. Bam. As you can see, we got the balance shaft bearing out. Alright, as you can see, I found the 5/16 cup I found here. It's a 1/2 inch drive, so I got a 1/2 inch extension on it. So together you can see it's pretty long. It'll reach all the way back there. So we'll go ahead and let me use this light here. I can't really see much. Go ahead and get this in there. All right, so make sure it's on it. All right, so it's definitely on it. All right, just to follow up, I got the second balance shaft bearing out. Went and flipped the motor over. Same thing. I used the same 44.5 millimeter tool. I just went through it. I used a bigger socket at the end of it, put an extension on it, and then just hit it through. It takes a little work, takes a little finessing, but you'll get it eventually. It'll go through eventually. So if it's giving you a hard time, take your time, don't stress it, but eventually it'll come out. Unfortunately I'm not gonna use the same bearings. I'm actually gonna get new bearings, just because these are a little bit messed up from pushing them out. They kind of twisted a little bit, so I don't want to put twisted bearings back in the motor. So I'll go ahead and get some new bearings ordered and get them put in. But guys, for me, that's the easiest way to remove the balance shaft bearings. Go ahead and get you this Maddox tool set from Harbor Freight. It'll be a lifesaver, and maybe in the future you can use it for other projects, other needs, but that's the best way to remove the balance shaft bearings if you want to go ahead and twist them around. If you're able to get them out without twisting them, you see how this one's a little bit twisted, it twisted up a little bit. If you can get them out without twisting them, obviously you can just turn them, put them back in and reuse them. If they get twisted, just go ahead and replace them. I don't think they're that expensive, so don't worry if you mess them up, just get a new set. All right, so this is just going to be a continuation of the removal of the balance shaft bearings. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean off where the oil pan goes. As you can see here, it's really dirty and grimy and rusty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Scotch-Brite pad on I think this is an 1 or 2 inch wheel, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean it off. I'm going to grind this down here, and then I'm going to take a new pad and then do it again. So I'm just going to get all the grimy stuff off first, get it down to somewhat clean material. Once I have it down to clean material, I'll put a new clean pad on and then finish it off so it's nice and bright and clean. All right, so here we go. This down a little bit more. All right, just give you guys a little preview of what it looks like. I
mean, it's a lot better than before. So what I'm gonna do now so that it doesn't rust, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it again with the brake clean, take some of that dirt off of it. Once I do that, I'll go ahead and hit it with some automatic trans fluid, and that'll prevent it from getting rusted up. So just remember that. So anytime you work on this motor, if it's the metal piece, whether you're doing the oil passages in the front or any part of this motor that has exposed metal, hit it with automatic trans fluid, just a nice deliberate amount on it, and it'll prevent it from rusting up. Like I said, I'm gonna hit it one more time with some brake clean. So that we clean it up. All right, now that I hit it with some brake clean, go ahead and get some automatic trans fluid, which I have here. You see I have some automatic trans fluid. That's what I use in my my car. I have some left over here. Get one of these shop towels or whatever, shop rags, whatever you want to call it, paper towels. Get this automatic trans opened up, fluid. What I'll do is I'll put some on the edge here. Put a nice deliberate amount. Ooh, there we go. And then I'll take that and I'll just rub it on there. And what that'll do is that'll keep it from rusting up, and it'll also clean it up a little bit more too. So it'll also clean it, but it'll also prevent it from rusting as well. Like I said, a deliberate amount, which means a lot, but not a lot. So go ahead and do it one more time. This side, make sure it's got enough. Perfect. Go ahead and flip the towel over, put some on the other side. All right, perfect. There you have it, guys. So I went ahead and you saw in the beginning of this video, I went ahead and removed the balance shaft bearings. I removed that from the motor. I also cleaned the deck here on the oil, where the oil pan goes. I cleaned the deck. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next with this motor. Obviously, I'm gonna order the balance shaft bearings. I'm gonna order a new set in, go ahead and get those installed. Obviously twisted so they're not in place where they were from the factory. And then once I do that, I believe this motor is ready to go to the machine shop. I'm still waiting on the pistons to get here so I can take the pistons to the machine shop. That way they can bore it out and hone it out to the size of the pistons. But other than that, I think this motor is ready to go. Other than that, I'm going to clean it up a little bit more. I'm going to clean out the coolant passages. I'm also going to clean out the coolant passages of the motor that's over there. As you can see, there's another motor right there. I'm going to clean that coolant passages out. Other than that, that motor just needs a line hone, and that's it. I've got to clean out the oil passages in that motor. So in that motor, I got to clean out the oil passages like I did here. As you can see here, I cleaned out the oil passages so that they're nice and smooth. I've got to do that to that motor and then send it off to the machine shop so that they can clean it and then line hone it, and that's it. And then that motor is ready to build. This one here needs to be bored out to 85.5 millimeters, and then it's also got to be line honed, cleaned, decked, and then this one's going to be ready to build. This one here, I'll probably let the machine shop build it, the reputable machine shop. I'll probably let them build it. That one over there, I'm definitely going to build, but this one here, I'll probably let them build it. And then the specs that they put on this motor, I'll use those same specs to build that motor over there, since it's going to be the same pistons, somewhat the same rods, everything, the bearings, all that's going to be the same. So we'll go ahead and get that over there. All right, appreciate you guys watching the video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully it was informative. And like I said, go ahead and go out to Harbor Freight, get you a Maddox tool, a race driver set seal, and that'll help you a lot when removing the bearings in the balance shaft. All right, so stay tuned to the next video. Next video is going to be me cleaning the oil passages on that motor over there, and give you guys an idea of what to do, how to do it, the best ways of going about it. So stay tuned for that video. All right, thank you for watching. Next Racing, stay tuned. We're next.